let's talk about single-sided safeties on 1911s and some advice on how to run them or engage them in, in a practical sense. So right-hand shooter, right hand, single-sided safety, I can work it with one hand or I can work it with two hands. This we understand. It just makes sense, right? So switching to my weak hand or left hand, there is not a safety on this side of the gun. So there's two ways to disengage the safety. I can either not break my grip and I can knock it off that way, or I'm going to do it just so I can show you guys. So not break my grip and knock it off that way, or I can break my grip, knock it off, and then put it back on. So that's one way to do it. Now another way to do it is that is engaged and then this is disengaged. Now just so I can show you this, that is not a huge paddle. That is a very low profile, practical, CCW friendly safety. So I'm able to come over, knock it off, and I'm able to re-engage it with my left hand. So now from a practical standpoint, so let's say you're working corners for whatever reason, you're in your home and there's a left-handed corner, I'm a right-handed shooter, two hands coming around, slicing the pie, dropouts, however you want to handle that. I can engage a safety and come out and commit, keep the gun in frame, come out and commit and do all that, fine. So now I'm a right-handed shooter, a right-handed corner. I don't want to put myself all the way around that corner, so sometimes you'll switch your hands. Now, so this is where some of this, where my safety work I just demonstrated would apply. So I am most likely not going to do, I'm not going to come around that corner and then try to knock this safety off and then engage. So what I'm going to do, for me personally, this is not advice for you, this is not instruction, I've decided on single-sided safety 1911s, right-hand shooter, right-hand corner, working my left hand, I turn the gun into a Glock. And so basically I switch to trigger work. So coming around, and I'm able to work the trigger, and then I just, if I'm switching back, it's on safe. But if I'm going to have to come around for a different corner, I go ahead and I knock it off and use the trigger. So that is not ideal. So that is an argument for having an ambi safety as a professional. If you're being paid to carry a gun and you have to go and solve problems, it makes a lot of sense to have an ambi safety on your 1911, say as like a SWAT officer, a first responder of some kind. However, ambi safeties do introduce other problems into the platform that we will save for another video. So if you want to see no more stores or pictures and links, stuff like this, please go to the website, John1911.com. It's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun, everybody. Have a good day.